Leigh Zinsmeister, Managing Editor with Nation's Restaurant News. I'm here on day 2 of the National Restaurant Association show. I'm joined today by Brittany Maroney, the Director of Marketing for Dividend Restaurant Group. Brittany, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so glad to have you here. So tell me briefly about Dividend Restaurant Group for any of our viewers who aren't familiar.
Yeah, absolutely. You probably know us better as Eddie Merlot's and Sullivan steakhouses, so 2 fine dining brands across the nation. We have 27 locations right now, and you know us for great steak and awesome seafood. So yeah.
Amazing. How has your show experience been so far? It's been like a day and a half.
Yes, and I always love coming to this show. It's like my favorite weekend of the year because not only do I get to see all my friends, my vendors, but it's a time for us operators to like really see everything that we need for the year. Technology, what are the food trends, what are the beverage trends. So it's been fun. It's been great.
Good. Are you looking for anything in particular this year?
Oh, absolutely. All across the board. So obviously loyalty is big on our mind. We're doing a rework of our loyalty program. We're with Patronics right now. They're great partners of ours. I'll be stopping by Open Table. 90% of our actual guests dine with us through reservations, so they're huge partners. Beyond tech, I'm looking for AI solutions, which I know is a big topic this year. We're looking for a solution for answering the phones because really our operators struggle to get every single phone call. We know our guests are booking with us that way, so an AI solution there would be great. And then, of course, anything that's trending in the food industry. We're all competing right now for our guests, right? So we always have to stand out, and we want to know what's new, what's fresh, what will attract them back in. Things like caviar. I think non-alcoholic wines are real big, so I'm going to be taking a look at those to attract that Gen Z population. So, and then, of course, like all brands out there, our catering's just exploding. So off-premise dining is really critical. So what can we do in terms of takeout solutions like boxes, cups, those types of things?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm fascinated by some pieces of this because I mostly talk to QSR operators, fast casuals.
Right.
And so like I hear loyalty, I think of like the apps and the order ahead and things like that. So talk to me about what a loyalty program looks like for a fine dining steakhouse brand.
Yeah, that's a great question. Before I was with Dividend, I actually worked for Punch, so a prominent loyalty provider. So I live and breathe loyalty. I think it's so critical for the success of restaurants nowadays. And fine dining is not that dissimilar to QSR. So
how so?
What we're looking at is we have our core program like anybody has, right? Which is, you know, your anniversary reward, your birthday reward, and then we also do a point-based program, which is for every dollar you spend, you get a point, right? That's not enough anymore. So fine dining is all about experiences. So we're revamping and bringing in some experiential elements, things like trips, things like rewards for our VIPs, things that are just beyond the traditional point-based system. So, and I think all restaurants really need to reconsider their loyalty program and grow it and really match the things that are in retail or even the airlines. What they're doing is really neat. And so that's what I'm looking at is what options can we explore as fine dining?
Yeah. Well, let's talk more about marketing a steakhouse brand, particularly in this economy. I feel like at least at NRN, every single day we're talking about value in some capacity.
Right.
Consumers right now are just looking for good value. Now, value is not just about price. So what does value look like for your brands?
Like most restaurants, fine dining is definitely seeing in the first and second quarter that people are tightening their wallets, right? They're being picky on where they spend. So it's all about that experience, and where our value comes in is having something special and unique for those special occasions, right? Because they're not coming in and having steak every week like you would at, a sandwich at Chick-fil-A.
Right.
So we need to bring menu items that really wow. We are doing a lot of smoked cocktails, a lot of cocktails on fire. We have desserts that we flame up. So just something unique that as it's passing through the dining room gives that wow factor. And then in terms of just attracting the guests, we found influencer programs are critical to us.
Okay, I was actually going to ask about that.
Yeah.
So please tell me more about that.
So we kicked off our influencer program, and we're all about being your local neighborhood steakhouse at Sullivan's and Eddie Merlot's. So what we have worked with is those micro influencers. So as opposed to somebody that has 1 million followers, we're looking for that one person in Columbus that has maybe 15,000 followers. We're working with them, we're bringing them in, we're showing them these experiences, lighting things on fire, and then they share it on their social media, and we found the biggest impact from that. And I really think that's the future of restaurants, is going beyond just your traditional digital advertising and working locally within those markets.
How do you find those influencers, or are influencers coming to you at this point saying you love your brand?
We're so fortunate because we do. We get a lot of influencers that reach out to us, say we want to dine with you, we want to show like what you guys have to offer. We also work with a great PR team, Champion, and they also are working with us not only to attract the influencers, but attract them and make sure that they're coming in.
Nice. Which social media platform would you say you see the most success on?
So being a steakhouse, we skew a little bit older in the demographic.
Sure.
So Facebook is still really big.
Interesting. I don't hear that one a lot.
I know. Instagram is still big for us.
Sure.
And then we just launched our TikTok pages, and we found that has been really, really great because TikTok videos don't age. So they live forever.
True.
You can upload them, and people will see them for months and years, and it still always feels new and fresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you bringing in a younger crowd with the TikTok account too, or is that part of the goal?
Absolutely. So obviously people with a lot of income, right? They're in their 40s, 50s, 60s, maybe they're empty nesters. It's easier for them to go out and have a steak, but we also know a 20 and a 30-year-old love steaks.
Oh, yeah.
So we're really taking our cocktail program, again, bringing in those non-alcoholic wines, attracting that Gen Z that we know is going to be critical for the success of our growth.
Yeah, talk to me about non-alcoholic wines too, because that's a big trend we're seeing is non-alcoholic wine, non-alcoholic cocktails, like this and that. When did you start seeing an increase in that? Is it something your consumers asked for? Is it something you just started providing?
That's exactly what we're seeing, is we're seeing that Gen Z come in and actually ask for this. So we've explored not only non-alcoholic cocktails, but beverages that go beyond the typical wine or martini. We even explored a CBD cocktail to see if that was something that would be a good fit for the menu. So I think restaurants in general and fine dining are to be a little bit more creative moving forward because we know we have to battle for that guest, right?
Sure. Yeah. Do you do any sort of like LTOs or anything like that, or is your menu? Okay, tell me about the LTO platform.
Yeah, so Eddie Merlot's on the 28th. We are launching our summertime grill. So it's everything from our brand new caviar option to a full lobster to escargot. I don't know if you're a fan of escargot.
I don't know that I've ever actually tried it, which is so embarrassing to say. I'm open to the idea.
Okay, there you go.
I'm open to the concept.
But it's things like that that sets us apart, and limited time offers are a great way to give those new experiences. And even if you've never had it, to try escargot once is enough for you to drive people in for the business. So we're really excited about that LTO. We always see LTOs perform better than the average menu item just because they're new and fresh.
Yeah. No, your brands are expanding. Yes, I think you heard you're actually expanding internationally.
Yes.
This time, what's that been like?
Yeah, so we are looking for international franchisees right now. So the UAE, overseas. So really excited about that program. Steak is really big internationally, so brands like ours are a good fit as we look at other markets. A lot of people ask, why not expand domestically? You guys have 27 locations. It'd be really easy to grow to 50. But we know that there's a hunger out there, and that's what we're going to try to chase.
That's great. Yeah. Good for you. All right. Anything else that you want to share with me or our viewers today?
No, I think this has been phenomenal. You guys are such great partners, and thanks so much for having me.
Awesome. Thanks so much.